guys. Welcome to the business value chain, the only framework you need to know to create a self-sustaining 7-8 figure company. So this is what we are working on throughout this program. And this is what we get to use for the rest of our lives to be super powerful business owners. Because if we desire growth in our business, we're always going to have a bottleneck. And our job as CEOs is to identify the bottleneck and put our energy, attention, and resources to it. So it's no longer a bottleneck and a new bottleneck opens up. That's the beauty of entrepreneurship, is there's always something to work on. There's always something to solve. And first, we're doing that by ourselves. And then we use the ultimate form of leverage as team members. And the reason why the next video is all around finances, because the name of the game is all about allocating our resources to the right bottleneck. So it's super important to know that. And I know that not too many coaching programs are teaching this or teaching you how to manage your finances properly. And without further ado, let's just get into it. The very first thing is your offers and your messaging. It is the heartbeat of your organization. If our offers, our messaging, and our packaging is suboptimal, that's okay at first. We're constantly testing and tweaking it. But if our messaging continues to be crap, we're not testing, we're not tweaking it, we're not finding that product market fit, then it's like building a business on a foundation of sand instead of concrete. So, for example, I started out in the agency space and I grew my audience and got a lot of awareness around my Facebook group, which was called the 6-Figure Digital Marketer. And it wasn't perfect messaging, but I had a core desire nailed in. I had a niche, which was agency owners. And I was building my audience around that back in 2017. Then I started building out messenger bots for my local business clients, started selling those. I became known as the messenger bots guy. And then I started growing my Facebook group and teaching other people how to grow a Facebook group. Then I was known as the Facebook groups guy. And then I transitioned into helping coaches. And then it transitioned into helping people with building systems and team and all of that stuff. So what we want to do is do amazing things in our life, constantly evolve, and take those big risks. And that's what it means to be an entrepreneur, is we take more risks than the average person, right? And build amazing stories and create new messaging around our offers, right? So that's key. It can shift, it can change. It's about doing it imperfectly, putting out content, getting feedback from our clients, getting on calls, getting feedback for the messaging, all of that stuff, and starting to dial in specific messaging, specific person, problem, promise, path, and packaging, right? The 5 Ps that we talk about in the offers course. And what that turns out to be is your niche. So here, want to learn how to build a lean, systemized, and predictable 7-figure coaching business without wasting time, energy, and money on complicated funnels and ads. So I'm helping coaching companies build a lean, systemized, and predictable business without the things that they hate. So niche coaching, very simply, and their desire, 7 figures, unique mechanisms, systemized, predictable, that sort of stuff. And you clearly know what I do, and it's specific, right? And when I was starting out before agency, I had just lost 20 pounds in 90 days. And I put my content up around that. And then I evolved out of that. And then I evolved out of that, right? And moved to the next thing and the next thing. So with our offers, we don't want to start low ticket reoccurring. Where we maximize our profit is with a beta launch and a signature offer, right? And in the offer courses, boom, let me go in here. The offer courses here will walk you through everything. The packaging, the the messaging and the launch formula for each one, right? So that is the core at where we're at, right? Our messaging, what we're saying, always be working on that. But then the second thing is your audience. Right now, start building your audience. When you have an audience, you'll never be poor. The attention is the new gold. And it's all about taking imperfect action and a lot of action at first and getting as much awareness as possible, new eyeballs on our stuff, and generating them as a lead. So if you have a little bit of capital to invest, you can have VAs posting in other Facebook groups. And we have the exact formula underneath the personal profile funnel. And then that's what we have our team do. And then inside of here, people hit my personal profile and then they join our other lists here, right? A simple organic way to do that. If you don't have a YouTube video or a YouTube channel or you're not consistent with it, make 2 crappy YouTube videos per week and get that going, get consistent with it. You will thank me in 6 to 12 months. That's where you generate a lot of awareness. YouTube SEO is freaking awesome. Also, getting awareness through the organic community funnel, Skool group, Facebook group, and through that, when it gains momentum, you will get a lot of people to find you in your discovery section and you're getting them as leads, new eyeballs on your stuff from finding you in the discovery section. And then joint ventures, partnerships, shout outs, that sort of stuff is some of the most powerful awareness that you can get. If you can find your Michael Jordan, the person that you can partner with that has your audience that you don't have competing offers with, my God, that is one of the biggest leverage points. If you think of Logan Paul and his drink that he's selling, Prime, and he just found, or somebody found him who was good at distributing product, and he went to Logan Paul. That was his Michael Jordan, and now they have a near $1 billion company, right? For example. Then we have viral reels, that sort of stuff. And when you're above 30K paid ads, right? So we're getting people here, but then we want to generate them as a lead and get them as on a list. So on your personal profile, that's technically a lead. You can market to them over and over and over without having to pay for them, right? That is where we start. Usually our personal profile funnel, I've made $3.5 million off my personal profile alone. And that's just because I did the things that are in the personal profile funnel, right? Or when people join our community, they're also considered a lead. But we can become omnipresent. So we can get their email, their phone number, set up text and email automations. We recommend go high level, right? And our recommended starting place is the live workshop. Boom, right here. You do it live, and at the end, you can either pitch a call, or you can pitch the paid trial, or you can pitch a low ticket thing that leads into a sales call, something like that. And then you have an asset for your business for your rest of your life around the workshop, right? There are other lead magnets, like technically sending a friend request on Facebook is generating a lead, or people joining the community funnel or subscribing to you on YouTube, because you can market to them over and over and over without paying for it. But on YouTube, we also want to have some lead magnets in the description, get them on another list and become omnipresent, right? So what we're doing, once you get to a certain point, you want to have a marketing assistant to help you post that content, to help you with the lead generation, creating the funnels and that sort of stuff. We have this broken down inside of the hiring course. So if you want to check that out, maybe you're at a higher level, check that out, right? So then we have them as a lead. We want to present the sales opportunity. Some of the easiest on social media, in Facebook groups, Skool groups, Instagram, Facebook, is just call to action posts, right? And we have plenty of them in the content course. And that is how you can drive some book calls right now. Call to action posts into DM setting, and drive them right now. We also have the paid trial strategy that is working like gangbusters. people nowadays in the coaching space and agency space want to pay for something, get on a call, get some value, and then ultimately join. Show up rates are much higher and conversion rates are much higher, right? Then live workshops work like gangbusters too. We have the whole process inside of there to present the sales opportunity. Apply to book a call inside of the YouTube description works really well. Starting out, I don't recommend a direct VSL, but at some point, definitely have a short VSL to direct somebody to a call. And always, 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 you or a setter, be following up with your hot list and present the sales opportunity in DMs, right? And get them onto the call, right? Marketing assistant can be used as leverage at this point. Recommended tools here throughout: Airtable, Go High Level, and your social medias, right? So then sales conversion. Here, we recommend using a scriptless sales process. I'm not a big fan of having things that are robotic and that sort of stuff. Have a scriptless sales process, and what we're adding in here is the pitch. Boom. And there's a video inside the course on all of these things. And it's not about just booking a call, but actually setting the sale. So setting up your pre-call sequence to increase conversion rates for your sales calls, right? So once we convert somebody into a client, we need to fulfill for them. So onboarding, course, community coaching, roadmap, automations, and above 10, 20, 30K, having a client success manager in place. Because where people go through the income roller coaster is that they have too much attention on fulfillment and they lose sight of top of funnel. And then they go through this income roller coaster and they're like, where's my money at, right? So it's about making yourself rich, then making your clients rich and adding in a CSM, and then making your team rich to scale past multiple seven figures, right? Right now, make yourself rich by having the high ticket offer, building as much awareness as possible, generating them as lead, presenting the sales opportunity. These are the only things you should really, really be focusing on, right? And then we want to extend customer lifetime values. So each new sale isn't $5,000, it's $15,000, right? So that's having our upsell, referral, testimonial, recommitment processes dialed in. Having a client success manager when you're above seven figures, having a director of client success, right? And the recommended tools: Airtable and Go High Level for the fulfillment, Airtable, Go High Level, and Skool, right? So that is the business value chain in a nutshell. So right now, identify what is my bottleneck in my value chain and what processes do I need to double down on right now. Usually starting out, it's the messaging and it's getting as much awareness as possible. And it's really owning these four, right? But then at some point, it might be fulfillment. Oh God, I don't have enough automated. I don't have a CSM, that sort of stuff. I don't have enough course material. And then you really hyper target on each bottleneck and fix it, right? So how do we glue this all together? It's through systems, people, and allocating the right resources at the right time. So I'll start with finances. If you're not getting a profit and loss statement, get a bookkeeper, get a profit and loss statement. It is our scorecard as CEOs. And what we do is we take the profit and then we use the rule of 33s. So 33% of profit goes into my bank account as a bonus each month. 33% goes to taxes, so I'm never screwed over on taxes. And then 33% goes to growth of the company, right? If you just remember that and allocate those resources, that 33%, to somewhere in the value chain for that coaching program, for that new hire, for ads maybe when you're above 20, 30K, then you're good, right? And we have a whole finances course inside of here, right? And then human resources. We have a whole video, whole training on exactly who to hire at what time. And I would definitely go through that course early on, right? And maintaining those financial margins. And then operations, what really glues all of this together. So having your numbers set up, identifying where you're at in the value chain, having standard operating procedures, setting goals and projections, and setting projects, being really good at task delegation in your team members, and setting up automations. At first, you're just going to have a virtual assistant to help you with these things. Once you're over 7 figures, then you can consider hiring a COO, right? Recommended tools, Airtable, Make, and Zapier. And we have already pre-built all of that out for you inside of the business OS right here. I've spent over $100,000 on this in 2.5 years building it. And this is your whole operation system, from fulfillment to sales to call bookings to conversions to SOP creation, all of that there. So we've just collapsed 3 years of time right here for you for all this stuff. And then also in Go High Level, we have some of the funnels pre-built out for you here. So if you go into Go High Level, here's how you set up the Go High Level system. And then you can just click here for the VSL template, and you can use this for any video lead magnet. And you've got this forever now. So just click in there, download it, and you've got it. So the best thing that you can do from here is identify your bottleneck and go directly to those videos, whether it is your offer and messaging, nailing that in. Getting awareness will be with the content and the personal profile funnel. Boom. Let me go here. The profile funnel at first, getting that set up. And maybe it's lead generation and starting your new funnel to get more people into Go High Level. Maybe it's converting into those calls. So it might be the DM booking strategy. It might be the VSL. It might be the weekly workshops. It might be the paid trial, right? And definitely start that YouTube channel and be consistent with it to get that awareness and all that stuff. So if you're at a higher level, it might be really dialing in your operations and your business OS here. But now you have everything you need to run a self-sustaining 7-8 figure business. And just identifying the bottleneck, fixing that bottleneck, coming to the calls at least 2 per week, hitting us up in Slack, and asking good questions, and then imperfectly going through the course at first. So watch everything on 2x speed, wherever your bottleneck is, and then you can come back to those videos over and over and over and over. We've pre-built out the majority of your processes for your business, and we've already built out your systems in the business OS and Go High Level. So hope that was helpful. Hope that made sense. If you have any questions, drop it in the chats, and I will see you in the financial one next.